What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Might and Magic Heroes 7. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while, and I think we should be able to resolve this map without too much further combat or anything like that. I think what we were doing in the previous episodes, we were allowing this lady over here to get her troops all situated and kind of figured out what kind of army is she running right now. So she's got 28, 57, 66. Not the best army, but she does have pretty good loot, and she is really, really strong in combat because of her blood rage. It's almost the end of the week. Well, shit, go ahead and bypass the week then, and we'll just get out here. It is now the week of the Covenant. A week celebrating the Twilight Covenant and the end of the Elder Wars. I don't know what that affects or even what that means, but that's perfectly fine so long as we don't get any debuffs. I think the last week we had like some kind of debuff or something like that where we did like half of everything that we were supposed to do. We are making a lot of scratch right now, for real. We have a lot of money, and so I'm going to throw that around pretty aggressively to try and make my life a little bit better on the battlefield. Not the Batterfield, though. The Batterfield has a lot more to do with cooking and delicious eateries than the battlefield, and so I tend to leave it alone. Oh, look at that. We got a little wall right there. Can I build anything in here? We can make a magic guild, and so it provides 5 random spells to a tier 1 in this town. They are granted to all visiting heroes that visit and fulfill the requirements. We don't really have a ton of magic. That's the big issue with that. What does this do right here? Elite Dwelling Upgrade. Enables recruitment and upgrade of centaurs into centaur marauders. Oh, that sounds badass. Should we do that? Yeah, let's do that. We've got all the supplies, and I want centaur marauders. And so if they're over here, how do I upgrade them? Oh, you just click on the little thing and spend a bunch of money. So it's kind of like real life. If you got money to make any problem go away. Okay, so 34. They don't seem like they're that much better. But 28 to 34. Well, 6 HP increase is pretty good. What's the attack difference? There's no attack difference. Oh, but they can attack from anywhere on the map and do full damage. That's kind of badass. And it also looks like they got a couple of supplementary abilities at the bottom. What do these do? Mobile shooter. They can either move, then shoot, or shoot, then move. That's pretty cool. Maneuver. When the creature is about to retaliate on a melee attack, it moves away. Yeah, I knew about that one. Why does it have 2 of the same ability? Can it retaliate twice? I don't know what all this means, and I get confused very easily, so I'm just going to ignore it for right now so that my head doesn't hurt. I cannot build more in this town today. That's unfortunate because I would really like to build more in this town. It might make my job a little bit. Did she already grab the might upgrade from over here? Okay, so she already got the might upgrade. I'm going to send her into Batal. I would strongly recommend being careful about the trivial fights. I've been playing around on my own on the side, and the trivial fights, like auto-resolving them, it's got a bit of a mountain. Like, sometimes it works out perfectly fine, and you just comp stomp them super hard. And then other times, like small groups like this right here will wipe out like a fat chunk of your troops, and there will be no functional reason why it happens. Like, there's no way the AI could have played the combat that dumb to where it loses that many troops. And this one right here is one of those fights, and so you probably want to go through and handle this all by your lonesome, otherwise you might regret it. Let's go ahead and get the combat kicked off, but we need access to this little ravine down here, otherwise we're not going to be able to search around and... Oh, maybe that's why. Okay, so it looks like we actually lost initiative there. I auto-resolved this one just a minute ago out of curiosity, and it lost like half my troops somehow, and so I was just like, how did you make this happen? How did you make this happen? Alright, so the Harpies obviously are just going to get whooped on all day, every day. We've got Fog Shroud. The target creature cannot be targeted by ranged attacks. It cannot perform ranged attacks or activated abilities for 2 turns until it receives damage. I don't really want to do that spell. I don't think that it cast it just now, did it? It may have. Either way, don't really care that... Oh, I can cast it. Okay, it's on my clicky. It's on my clicky. So how do I take it off of my clicky? Or is that showing where they can be attacked from? Huh. Weird. Either way, we need to kill off some of these marauders, and so I think those are the marauders right there, the ones with the cool horns and all the little like upgraded thingamadoobies. So I'm going to shoot that one right there because why not? You know, I like to riddle my foes with evil. Riddle my foes with arrows. Although you would be surprised how few arrow riddles there actually are. There are not a lot of them. And so I would love to riddle my foes with arrows more frequently, but I need somebody to really sit down and mash out. Oh, look at that. We actually lost morale. It's a little unfortunate acting last in combat. It's a little bit of a worrisome situation. Let me... Can you kill anybody right now? Yeah, I would highly recommend then you should do that because we lost a lot of morale right there. And it wasn't like really our fault. But we kind of need to get back in the saddle, so... There we go. We'll murder off a couple of those. Or are those the marauders right there? Those aren't the marauders. I was going to say, those are like normal centaurs. I would like to shoot you with an arrow. Maybe even 2 arrows. if morale provides the opportunity to do so. Yay. I do think that in Might and Magic, like, ranged characters are still, like, dumbly powerful by comparison to regular melee troops. And this has been, like, a consistent thing in Might and Magic since, like, the dawn of time. Might and Magic Heroes has always had kind of, like, this weird sort of excitement for ranged characters in that they're always just so good by comparison to everybody else. But you take it for what it is. If you play Might and Magic Heroes, you get used to the fact that you kind of just want to stack a whole bunch of ranged characters. That's the way the game has always functioned. I feel that's the way it's always going to function. And then you get a couple of, like, really, really tanky melee guys. Not like big stacks of melee guys, but the kind of melee guys where, like, 3 of them will more or less get the job done. You know, your golems, your elementals, things like that. I actually really need these supplies down here. Got a neutral army over there, and he's got a supply of dragon steel, which would be pretty badass. Dragon steel is, oh, what does that do? A bridge manipulator? What? That rebuilds bridges? Man, the future is a crazy magical place. It is exciting. I wish I could repair bridges with magic. I feel like there would be very applicable business applications for that sort of thing. We got a neutral army over here. Well, why don't we beat them up then? Let us quit combat? Please don't lose any troops. You lost an orc. How did you lose an orc? We should really put, like, low jack on our orcs or something. We'll find them a little bit easier. Imani has leveled up. Imani speaks with a weird dialect. Let's see here. Necessary alliance. I think we already took care of most of that stuff. We've got the master ability right there. The master ability right there. I figure I should probably... Maybe I should just work on Blood Rage and make that better. I mean, I could give her some magic, I guess, because we have been lacking magic the entire time. And right now, there's absolutely no point in building our Mages Guild until we get a little bit more magic. But what do these all do? Luck roll based on destiny when casting a damage spell. Let's do some air magic, I guess. So you get storm arrows. Lightning burst doesn't damage friendly units. I don't even know what any of these do, but sure, let's go have some magic because it sounds like fun. I would love to have magic spells. Some of my favorite books are the ones, for example, with like Raistlin and Caramon. When you read the books from Dragonlance, when Raistlin is like learning the basics of magic, that's a lot of gnolls, and those ones have hats. That concerns me. I'm going to fight them just in case because they're all ranged characters. Probably have to segment this out in a way that's intelligent to avoid taking pretty serious casualties. I also think that Reem is unfortunately going to have to go back to base and get herself all nice and tooled up. I'm going to say that we should start with you. So goodbye. I would like for your morale to go down rapidly, and so I'm just going to work from top to bottom, and everything should be okay. I think we killed the ones with the helmets. Oh, she got a double turn. Well, then if we get... Hey, and she got a lucky roll! Hooray. Today has not been a good day for me, so I'm glad that the dice are favoring me and that, like, good things are happening because I would feel super sad if they weren't. Why are some of these facing different directions than the others? Oh, there's one down at the bottom. I didn't even see him. Well, that's bad. Go ahead and throw a knife at him then. Make him feel the pain of our blades as they whip through the sky. Or, you know... through sort of like a low altitude. Maybe not through the sky. Slightly off the ground until they strike the flesh of our foes. That little noise they make when they die makes me sad. It makes me feel like an asshole. I didn't feel like an asshole murdering this many gnolls, because technically I feel like it'd be a better plan to talk them into being on our side. Because gnolls tend to like us. So there it is. We've defeated yet another enemy. Go ahead and close that on down. Wait, why did it say that I lost an orc? Did I lose an orc? I wasn't paying attention very well. Oh well. What are orcs for if not to die? Go ahead and grab that right there. Who else do I have to deal with in here? That's a modest fight. The rally flag might not be a bad plan. I'm going to try and have her clear out as many mundane fights as possible. Make my life a little bit easier. We don't have a time limit or anything, I don't think, so we should be able to mash through this pretty easily. I also missed that. Yay! Campfires full of gold. In this world, gold is so prevalent that we actually burn it in little campfires. And so that's why we get gold out of campfires. This fight could be nasty. He's got Imperial Griffins and whatnot. Yeah, I'll just fight it. Sometimes I like to look at the assemblage and just see what they have before I decide if I want to auto-resolve or not. If it's like all melees, auto-resolve seems to be a lot safer than, you know, things like Griffins and ranged characters and stuff like that. Seems like a plan that backfires on me pretty frequently when I auto-resolve ranged encounters or flying encounters and all that fun stuff. So she can kill off just about anything. Oh my god, look at that damage. She does over 1,000 damage with her turn. Like, that is something. I will probably kill these griffins so as to relieve myself of the panic of now having to decide who I want to shoot at. I think I can get the air elemental pretty easily. As long as my orcs can get a flank attack, it shouldn't be so bad. It feels like a waste of griffin to do that. I always wanted a griffin. They're one of my favorite fantasy creatures. Griffins are badass. I don't know. So wait, why can't you attack that? I guess just move then. And then you, sir. You'll kill 1 or 2. Let's hope for the 2. Deuces! Yay! We win. I like how they leave smoky little poo piles on the ground after you murder them. Oh, look at that. She's got a leopard print bra now. That's pretty cool. So apparently when they upgrade from normal centaurs to marauders, they hit up Forever 21 for a little while. Although Forever 21, I have watched my significant other go there over and over and over again. And that is the most confusingly poorly organized store on Earth. Like, every time you go in there, it's just shit on racks. And you never quite know what you need from there. It's just over and over and over. You walk around. It's kind of like going to Ross. You just walk around a lot and hope that you find the thing that you need before you get frustrated and give up. I suppose I'll send them back this way. Reem, what are you doing right now? I need you to go to the rally flag. What is this over here? What does this thing do? We've got a trivial. We'll join for free. Yeah, you could definitely use some reinforcements, so accept. She needs reinforcements really, really badly right now. She is not in good shape. And that camp does not look like it's interactable. The Crystal of Power gives +1 magic. We'll grab that then. I don't think you need magic right now, but it'd be nice to have some. Please don't lose any units. Thank you. I didn't want to fight that fight because it's super trivial. Just like it says, it is labeled trivial after all. Oh, look at that. We can get a lumber mill. You were about to plunder this building. Well, what does it give me if I plunder it? I get 2 wood per day. Oh, yeah, plunder it then. Plunder the hell out of that thing. And then also pick up that wood over there. And then we'll fix this bridge on the next turn. I think bringing Imani down here, now that she has air magic, is probably a decent plan to get. Oh, no, it's Django's allies' turns. Oh, we're inside their land. That would explain why they would be so upset with me. What does she have? She has 39 centaurs. That should be more than enough to survive most combats. 39 centaurs. Actually, can I upgrade those from here too? Like, what happens? So I can split the stacks. Can I only upgrade them if we're in town? I think I can only upgrade them if we're in town. It might be a good idea then to fix this bridge down here. And then I'll run her back to the city. There's also a gold mine down there that I already own, apparently. That's how you know you're wealthy. When you own a gold mine that you didn't even know that you own. It will take 1 turn to repair that bridge. Okay, is there anything else to do over here? Got a fortress on that side. Said it's a trivial threat. I don't know. Can you move right? Oh, she's out of movement. That'll do it then. Alright. Well, I suppose I'll send her down there to go get the star medal or whatever the hell that is. Because it is useful on occasion. And maybe just have her mash her way through some of these, like, canal fights right here. I'm a completionist when it comes to maps and games like this. I like to get everything, otherwise it makes me sad and I feel like I haven't really applied myself. And so I'm just going to roll through and we'll quick combat out some of these. Like, that should be a single turn victory right there in my experience. And then over here, we've got a bunch of neutral armies. Why does her movement feel so low? I think her bonus must have fallen off from the weak bypassing for the stables and I forgot to grab it again or something. Either way, let's send her back to town. You picked that up, right? Okay. That's all that I wanted to make sure of. You go back to town. We're going to reinforce her real quick. When Imani gets down here, we'll burn down this fort, which I think will probably be one of the crowning achievements of this level's playthrough so far. Go ahead and bypass the turn real quick. I think Django's allies might actually be doing something right now, whereas like the previous part of the mission, I don't think that they were. That'll get us pretty close. If you actually go to the stables, we might be able to get there today. Yay! We got these stables, and because we have that passive buff, we should be able to double up. What can we build over here right now? I'm really interested in sort of just like forcing this to go as far as possible. I'll take the orc barracks real quick. Can we upgrade the orcs? So we get brutes and crushers a week. You cannot build more, so we could take that. We can make the war tent into a war pavilion. A pavilion is just a cooler, for the people that don't know. It's just like a cooler, more fancy tent. I think it has some kind of like reinforcement or something like that. I mean, they might even just be the same thing, but I think a tent doesn't have ribbing or something like it. It doesn't have some like specific support or something like that in a pavilion. Maybe it's always circular. When I think pavilion in my head, pavilions are always circular, whereas tents kind of look like the ones you go camping in. Quick combat it. Why not? Oh, look at that. We lost a Knoll. That's disappointing, but she leveled up again, so that's pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and give her arrow knowledge. Storm arrows now cast on creatures in a 4x4, and they can shoot with full range. Honestly, I'll probably take most of these on the way in, although we only have a couple of missions left, so I don't know. Might not be worth it. Reem's got to wait until the end of the week before she can actually get anything. Oh, look at this guy over here running around, open up treasure chests, actually playing the game. Okay, well, hopefully he hasn't been up to no good over there. Go ahead and grab all these little goodies. It's actually usually fairly difficult to get any sort of like replenishing supply of the rarer metals, like the Star Silver, the Shadow Steel, and the Dragon Steel. They can be hard to get a hand on. Oh yeah, there he is right. Did he just burn down a fort? Dude, that was badass. How do I burn down a fort? I want to burn down a fort. Or wait, did he capture a gold mine? Oh, this guy's out here making moves. Okay, power play. I got to get the +1 magic thingamadooby, though. So we've got the week of troglodytes. The growth of troglodytes and Sithonians is doubled. It's always the week of the troglodyte where I live. Let's see here. I just spent 3 days in traffic, so you'll forgive me, but I'm feeling spiteful. Got a campfire over there. Increased our movement a little bit. Grab this guy real fast. And then we'll also take on this fort on the next turn and see if we can't wrest a little bit of control out of his hands. Let's get back to Reem. We got to go in the city. I'm going to have her buy whatever troops are available. Although, what I would prefer to do first is if we could upgrade this to a war pavilion. What is that going to cost me? Ah, the Dragon Steel is what we need. What does a Dream Lodge do? Warfare unit production provides the option to buy Dream Walkers. What the hell is a Dream Walker? I want one, whatever it is. Dream Walkers sound badass. What's a Dream Walker? Do I not get them? Because I'm not there yet. Oh, we can have Wyvern Rocks too? Damn it. Well, maybe I should have some Wyvern Rocks. I figure maybe pick up some gnolls along the way, like some brutes. Oh, look at that. You can double click them and they just come right along. You guys need to be a better version of what you already are. And I know that your mom told you that you could be whatever you wanted to be, but right now I really need you to be a marauder or you're off the team. Welcome to your introduction of how life actually works. He didn't capture my gold mine, did he? I was going to say, he better not capture my gold mine. That's my shit, fool. That's my shit. Alright, so let's bring Reem back and maybe use her as a bit of an outrunner. Just in case there are more foes over here. Like, I'm going to have her guard the gold mine maybe and make sure that nobody messes with... Oh, that's the gold mine that he took. Okay. Gotcha. Hopefully his turn doesn't take so... I've noticed a large increase in turn times, and you can adjust the game speed through the options if you wanted it to play a little bit faster. It's just that the game had played suitably rapidly for me anyways, so I didn't really care up until now. Go ahead and plunder that thing. Take it away from him. And so that's Gerd, who is a trivial foe who we will now destroy. Never actually gone to a real trivia night like at a bar. Quick combat. You guys are nothing but harpies, and you can't harm me, and so you're smarmy. Alright. I'll end your heartbeat. So you can just keep it going forever, and then we'll burn this down real fast. Jangle, I don't think this is going to just quick combat it. I'll save the siege combat for once we actually have like a real siege available. And so what you'll see now is at the bottom of the map over here, you'll see our zone of control goes up slightly, I think. Yeah, rebuild it. I want to have a fort. I've never had a fort before, and I would like to have one. And then also rebuild this bridge over here before you end your turn. So fix that bridge. That'll give us a nice little pipeline to go this way, and then grab some of this stuff while we're in the neighborhood. Reem is all good to go, so let's go ahead and stop off. Wait and see what Django decides that he wants to do. I think mostly he's just going to hang out in that area and just be kind of like nervous. I don't think he's actually going to come after us. Alright, so that bridge should be all good. I like the little animation that the bridge gets. It's like bloop, and it just gets better. Just heals over instantaneously. So we've got a couple of fights down in here. Let's see if we can't swing around a flank this way. I think we should be able to quick combat that, no problem. It's mostly melee units, so why worry about it? We've got the Diplomat's Coat, and so it increases our chances that people will join our party, but I think we've actually already got shoulder stuff on. I think it's this one right here that we're already rocking that gives us +2 to defense and makes us a little bit more resilient in battle. So I'll stick with that for right now. But I don't know. So anyways, I already took care of all that. That should be rebuilding. So on her turn, just going to step back for a minute. I don't know. Just kind of like to be outside the enemy's territory for a minute while we decide what we want to do. It may even be, I don't know. I'm not feeling super confident about this right now. We'll end the turn real fast. She should be good right here, right? So we'll kind of watch and see what this guy does. He may try to run us out. Is that a different... Which unit is that right there? Hold on. We got to look on the next turn. It looks like he's got multiple heroes running around, so we need to figure out exactly how we're going to make a good push on the enemy. So I'm going to ride across to here. I don't think I'm that interested in that. So what is this over here? Deadly. Okay, so Shawnee is deadly. And has... Oh my god, that is an army right there. Holy balls. Okay, so we need to stay the hell away from Shawnee. Shawnee could probably harm me. Especially considering she's deadly for even my strong army. So go ahead and bail backwards real quick. Go ahead and flee the field because there's no way we can make any sort of headway against that army. That army is super nasty. Our best bet is just to work around it for right now. And then you go this direction, I guess. We'll quick combat some of this little stuff. Gather up what supplies we can. What is this? Diplomat's coat. We already have that. Don't we? Do we have the Diplomat's coat? Either way, we've already got shoulder pads on, so we don't need it. Probably kill you as well. Although that one had a bigger... Yeah. I should have done that one by hand. It says trivial, but it's not, because we lost 12 brutes on that one, which is a major, major loss. It needs to stop saying that it's trivial when it's not trivial. Take the permanent defense bonus once we get down in here, and we'll bypass the turn, but we got to keep an eye on what... I don't like how it doesn't move the camera. Oh, is he actually attacking us right now? I think we may have like an attack phase happening. Worrisome. Although not entirely. So part of me is wondering, I don't think I can get back there in time. I was going to say, I need to combine stacks if I'm going to fight with this guy. I mean, those are some pretty crazy stacks, though. Jesus. Alright, well, all we could do is hope that our defensive bonus allows us to win. If we can get back to the city. Go ahead and quick combat you. And grab whatever little bonuses we can find down in here. Although I will point out that realistically we have more than enough stuff anyways, so meh. Don't really like need all of these things, but I want them because they're on my map and they make me desire them. And we could probably wipe those really, really easily. Okay, close that on down. Come back out to here, and then we're out of movement. With Reem, I need you to go back over here, grab this. We need to garrison this, like, right now. So if there's a fence upgrade, we need to have it. So there we go. Fortifications level 3. That should make it quite a bit more difficult. What is that? Oh, the Dreamwalker defends our wall. It's an attack and support unit. Okay. Doesn't look like it does much, but... What does it do? It only deals 5 damage? It's got 600 HP, though. I mean, it'll soak damage for a while. Or, like, a couple seconds or something. Don't think there's going to be much we can do here. With our fortifications... Level 1. We could do a moat, too. Oh, that'd be badass. Okay, so we have a tower that fires. We've got... wyverns that look like they stack up as well. We might be alright over here, but it takes a long-ass time for you to actually build up your units for the fight. Is there any way to put her inside of the city? Like, she's already technically here, but... Whoa. Okay, so I think he's actually taking an interest in the battlefield at this point. It may be a good idea to take our guys and retreat back to our territory and just make sure that they don't push across lines, because they've got actually a pretty major... I don't want you to do that here. They've got a lot of units, and that makes me nervous. If I sweep around this way, what'll happen? Kill a couple of you off, and she's hit max level now, which is actually really, really, really good. We could go with the increased knowledge. We can go with less mana. +8 magic for the first air spell casting combat, which would be pretty cool. Does she actually get air magic from this? So she gets... We got damage spells. It doesn't look like she actually really gets much. Reveal treasure. Reveals a tier of Asha, or a tear of Asha. I don't know if it's a tier or a tear. She's got regeneration, which is nice for bigger units. Just in case you got to regenerate your unit. You never know. Sometimes your unit gets damaged and you got to protect it. Defensive stance. Well, let's maybe go with... We can either go with the initiative or the +1 movement. Taking half of direct damage from spells would be nice, but we don't really have anybody that's casting spells at us. All friendly creatures deal damage to enemy units when Blood Rage ends, but that means I got to play really aggressively. Let's go with the initiative. I've noticed that our units tend to have trouble like acting first in combat, which is actually pretty important. So that looks good right there. I think I'm going to break off the episode right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Might and Magic Heroes 7. Things are escalating. He's actually taking an active interest in the map now, which is a problem, especially that big stack right there. That one, Gerd, is not a problem. That one's not a problem. It looks like that's just a mega stack right there. Like they just went all in and they're coming straight for us. So I'll see you next time. Hi to everybody.